So if you're a high school student or university student and then you want to stay ahead of the curriculum so that you eliminate that stress and pressure that comes with last minute studying towards exam or test season, I'm going to be giving you practical tips in which you can follow in order to ensure that you always stay ahead of the curriculum and you smooth out your work throughout the year. So the first tip is I want you to choose focus subjects. So I want you to choose 2 to 3 or 4 subjects that you can focus on and always ensure that you are ahead of the curriculum. So usually how you choose the subject is I want you to choose the most challenging subjects. So you'll have to have conversations with people who have done the specific subjects or courses that you're going to do the following year, or if it's a continuation of the courses that you've been doing before, you already have an idea of how challenging each of them are. So when you have a conversation with people who have done it before, just ask them which courses are more challenging, which courses have a lot of work that needs to be covered. And after you know that, okay, cool, these are the subjects that are usually challenging or have a lot of work. So if I can stay ahead in this specific subjects, then I'll be able to elevate that stress and pressure when we are approaching test or exam season. So choose 2 to 4 subjects which are challenging or have a lot of work that needs to be covered throughout the year. So the second practical tip, I want you to go download or get annual teaching plans. In university, they call them curriculum programs or course programs or course outlines. I want you to get those so that you know which topics will be covered and when, right? Because once you know this, you know where to start. You can create some sort of game plan of where you're going to start and what topics are you going to cover first. Because if you just go ahead and read the textbook from first page or study whatever topic that you want to study, you'll find that you'll study topics that are covered towards the end of the year, and by that time you would have forgotten most of the things. So what I want you to do is I want you to get that annual teaching plan. So if you're in high school, you can download the annual teaching plan online. You can go and say accounting annual teaching plan for grade 10. Then you can download the annual teaching plan so that you know which topics will be covered and by when. And then now you know, okay, cool, which topics will be covered first. I want you to start gathering resources. Starting online will always be the best option. So go to YouTube and get YouTube channels that cover concepts in that specific subject or course. For example, you go look for YouTube channels that cover accounting concepts or that cover maths concepts or economic concepts. And then you go and subscribe to those channels. You turn on the notification bells. So for those who don't know, I have a YouTube channel whereby I'm uploading accounting videos for grade 12. I might expand to other levels of study like university, first, second, and third year. Drop a comment if you want me to do that so that I can plan properly for it. But for now, what I'm uploading is accounting lessons. So I upload a video whereby I go through the theory and then work through an example. And after working through an example, I upload exam practice papers. So you can definitely check out the YouTube channel. I'm going to link one of the videos up here, and I'm also going to leave a link to that YouTube channel in the description below. The name of the channel is Genius Up. So if you're in grade 12 or you're an accounting student in general, you can go check out that channel, subscribe to it, and tell me what content you want me to create, and I'm going to create it for you. So always start online. Go look for YouTube channels that cover concepts in that subject or course, and also search for study guides, search for notes online, and try to gather all those resources in one place. So if you're in university, it's usually difficult to find notes or know which textbook to use. So what you can do is you can go ask the people who have done the course before and say, can you please share some material from the course with me so I can start preparing ahead? Or ask them which textbooks do they use. Or if you've already been enrolled in the course and they added you on the side, you already know which textbook you're going to use. You can get that textbook and then use it to prepare for those topics or stay ahead in those topics. But most of the times what's difficult with using the textbook is you may find it difficult to read something and understand it. But if you can go to YouTube, get videos specifically of people who are explaining the concepts, then it might be easier for you to grasp it. So always start with searching for videos that you can watch, whether asking people who have done the course before to share their prior videos or going to YouTube, or the last resort is getting notes or textbook so that you can start studying ahead using that textbook. And after gathering all the resources, what I want you to do, I want you to create some sort of game plan or a study schedule, right? Say I'm going to try and cover this specific topic by this date. let's say next week Friday. I'm going to try and cover this specific topic by the end of this week. So after seeing this video, you can go and get those annual teaching plans, get those curriculum outlines or programs, and then create your game plan starting from tomorrow. And from tomorrow, give yourself 1 to 2 hours just to study ahead. And trust me, those 1 hour, 2 hours will accumulate over the period or over the academic year. And by the time you sit for that test or exam, you're already ahead to the point that you won't feel the pressure. What you'll be doing, you'll be basically revising, doing more questions so that you can be able to master the concepts and also be ready for that exam or test. And trust me or not, you'll get amazing marks because you're going in there with the confidence that I'm comfortable with the concepts of this subject or course and I've practiced enough. Because what I've realized most of the times as a student, we usually put in minimal effort throughout the year, and come exam season, we're trying to crunch through all this theory, crunch through all these past papers, and we're doing that with fear because a part of us knows that we no longer have time. So once you set some time aside to always try and stay ahead, so you'll always be that one person who doesn't have stress and is confident when it comes to their academics. And last tip is I want you to stay consistent. Don't just be motivated for 1 or 2 days. I want you to create that plan and stay consistent. And I always say this, for you to stay consistent, you must create a strong why. So I want you to go and set the goals that you want to achieve. If you want to be in the Dean's Merit list, I want you to go set targets for each of the courses and say, this is the specific mark I want to get by the end of this term or by the end of the year in this specific course. And once you set those targets, you have that vision board, you put it up where you see it every day, and you write ways like, imagine a year from now, these are the marks that I got. I'm going to wake up and work, imagine a year from now, these are the marks that I got. And every time you look at that thing, you'll get the motivation to stand up, study, and crush your academics. So make sure that you always try to stay ahead in at least 2 to 4 subjects which are challenging or have a lot of work, so that you elevate that pressure going into exam season. So make sure that you like this video, you comment if you have any question, and also click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I drop, and let's be top performers in life together. Cheers.